Hey y'all, it's Sunday afternoon again already. Can you believe it? Um, Welcome to another episode of Live with SFC Defined and me, man. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. We got some stuff to talk about. I wanted you to check my shirt out. Last week I had it on, so don't. I'm just. It's all for advertisement purposes. I got other clothes. I'm just saying this is for advertisement purposes. But got this shirt, and I want you to have this shirt. Look at what it says: strong, focused, and confident. That's who you are. That's who you are. And having this mindset about who you are changes everything. So, this is one of our new shirts. We got a second one that's coming out, and you're going to see that next Sunday with the entire peacock. I've worn this several times before, a shirt that I had made just personally for me that had the whole peacock, and you guys wanted it. So now you have the opportunity to get it. You can get it. It's These are the only colors that we have for right now. It's just the heather gray because it just popped when we put it up against this heather gray. And I want you guys to get this shirt. It is going on sale this week, pre-sale. All you need to do is DM me and let me know you want one. We are trying, guys, to get it on back of jackets. It's a movement. It's not just a brand. It's a movement, and I believe that if we can get everybody to understand what being strong, focused, and confident will do, it will change the trajectory of your life. So that's what I want you to do. For you guys joining me, Denise, hey, Catherine, and Pam, thank y'all. Benny, appreciate y'all. So yeah, we're trying to get some pre-orders for this shirt. If you want it, we can get it to you, but it is literally going to officially go on sale at our December the 2nd holiday gift fair. We have locked in some amazing vendors already. I'm super excited about it. You're going to have the community involved. You're going to have the kids on campus involved. We've got so much going on that day. I'm super excited about that day already with the number of vendors. We have confirmed about 15 vendors already. It's going to be on the college campus of Guilford College. Guilford College, December the 2nd from 12 to 6. Save the date and make sure that you meet us there. Okay? So that's the preliminaries and the advertisement out of the way. So, um, what I need for you to do today is sort of kind of think with me for a moment. I want you to think with me for a moment. This month, we've been talking about balance, finding balance, creating balance, and all of that stuff, and the importance of having balance in your life. And we talked about that there were three different areas of our lives that sort of kind of make us who we are. We have the spirit, the mind, and the body, and they are all three different entities. And as life happens, any one of those three, sometimes all three of those entities are thrown out of sorts or thrown off balance. And I think a lot of times we don't recognize what that feels like and what it is. We really don't. Like, we lash out at people, we carry around sickness and disease, aches and pains in our body, our spirit. We're depressed. We keep recycling these old thoughts. And when you understand that sometimes all that is just you being out of balance, you haven't maintained balance in your life. And just that awareness is what causes you to reevaluate and literally try to see what you need to do to maintain balance. I saw this quote um, the other day, and I want to share it with you. It says this: balance is the perfect state of still water. Let that be our motto. It remains quiet within and is not disturbed on the surface. Florence Shen said that your blessings cannot come into you. No ship can come into port on turbulent waters. And when you are out of sorts or out of balance, your waters, metaphorically speaking, your waters are turbulent. And your ship, the ship that's got your peace, your joy, your happiness, your blessings, cannot come in when your water is turbulent. So balance is so important, y'all, to understand that in order for you to keep progressing forward, you have to maintain balance. And a lot of times, don't people don't know what life looks like being balanced because you spent the majority of your life out of balance. I told you from my own personal experiences, I've learned that whenever I am agitated, irritated, whatever, I'm flustered, wherever I'm anxious or overly anxious about something that I think is going to happen or something that has happened, then I know that I'm out of balance. And for me, in order for me to create that balance, I've got to steel my mind. Just like that quote said, let water be our model because it is still on the inside and the surface is not disturbed. And I think that if we carry that with us, we come to understand that balance is what allows us to have calm waters. And again, we are metaphorically speaking about water and how when your spirit, your mind, your body, they're not in sync with each other, then you are thrown off balance, which causes anxiety, stress, even depression, fear, worry, doubt, all of those negative emotions that we don't really want to deal with. And I encourage you to, when you are out of sorts or out of balance, take a moment to try to calm your waters. Go find yourself a place. For me, it's breathing. I do a lot of breathing techniques. And the good thing about breathing techniques, taking those really, really, really deep breaths, holding it for a couple of seconds, and then slowly exhaling. That's what calms me down. And I can do that when I'm driving, like if I'm on the interstate and it's bad. That's what I do. I take really, really really deep breaths to make sure that I maintain balance because I can tell that I don't have the tolerance, I don't have the patience, so I have to balance myself. When I'm at home, I try to start every day off with meditation. You know, I incorporate it into my workout. I incorporate it into just about everything that I do. I try to just take a moment whenever I feel like there's something that I'm trying to race to or to race to get done. I learn how to just sit down and meditate. I go outside, I'll sit on my porch and I'll listen to the birds. I'll watch the squirrels playing. I'll listen to the wind, something to just calm my waters again. And I think that when we learn how to recognize when we're out of balance, it becomes easier and easier and easier to maintain balance. Benny says, I meditate on a distinct sound. Yeah, done that before, not so much with a sound, but with just something like there's one tree. If I'm outside, I'll just focus on that tree, and then there's a spot on that tree, and so forth and so on. So it's whatever you can do to just create some harmony and peace in your life for that moment. And again, recognizing that you're out of balance is the key to getting back in balance. And again, I think that so many of us are just so hurry throughout life, throughout the day, that we don't even recognize when we're out of balance until somebody says, what's wrong with you? Why are you being so mean? Why are you being so nasty? Why are you being so hateful? And, you know, it's like kids sometimes, the kids, they express all of these emotions and we want to call them bad. And we want to call them, you know, they got some kind of behavioral problem. Well, they don't know how to express their emotions like we are supposed to know as adults. And even some adults don't even know how to express their emotions. But we have these kids that go through these things and they don't know how to say, I'm out of balance. You know, my mind is racing. I got to do this by such and such time. I got to be at this place by such and such time. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. And, you know, when I used to teach school, I used to just have my kids to sit down for a moment, just sit down and just get it together. Even with Cam, you know, I always tell him when he's just really antsy and stuff, just sit down and take a couple of deep breaths. You know, if he's irritated or agitated, stop talking or stop crying. Let's figure out what's going on. So I think we need to learn how to steal our waters. And I think that's what keeps us from having to deal with negative consequences down the road, because if you don't handle it at that moment, you're going to do something and you're going to always have to deal with that negative consequence. So it is so important for you to have balance. I have learned that. I've learned it the hard way. I've learned it so much so that I can identify when I am thrown. And when I tell you, it does not take long to get thrown off balance. Sometimes but what I have also learned is that the more I recognize when I'm off balance, it takes longer for me to get off balance, because I said, I'm like, I'm not going to let you get to me. I'm not going to let this thought, I'm not going to let this problem, I'm not going to let this situation get to me. It is that important. Balance is that important. So I really want y'all to handle it. I challenged you guys last week about, and asked you what are some of your coping mechanisms when you realize that you're out of balance. And some of you said, like Benny, he meditates. Others of you walk. Like I shared with you, I am about being outside. So being outside helps me calm down. It helps me be able to cope with whatever I'm dealing with, the thoughts that are running through my head. Once I can meditate and get control of my thoughts, then I know that I can settle my spirit and I can calm my nerves. But I have to get in a place of quiet. That's why my home is my refuge. My home is my respite. And once I identify that, I know that I can always find home no matter where I am. Okay, you get that? I always can find home no matter where I am. So what are some of the other ways? How do you tell? And I think we talked about this too last week. How can you tell when you're off balance? Has it become easier over the last couple of weeks to tell when you're off balance? For those of you that have been able to catch all of our episodes on finding balance, have you been able to identify? Yeah, Sharon says home is my peace too. Is absolutely, and you've got to make it your peace. Denise says I have been out of balance this weekend. It showed up in sadness and depression. I started from going off on my coworker, as well as take a deep breath to rest. Let's see. She moved me. I started cooking on a new recipe and deep clean. Yeah, it's those things like that, Denise, that really, like, when my imbalance lasts longer than a moment, I start, like, I'll go find a new recipe. Like yesterday, I made this a honey bun cake, and I never made one before, but it keeps my mind occupied. And this was last night about 9:30, 10 o'clock that I decided, hey, I got everything here that I need. I'm going to make it real quick and just see how it turns out. So, it's those kinds of things, anything that can sort of kind of help bring peace back into your mind. Catherine says, Friday morning, I had to go into the staff restroom to pray for God's guidance to keep me from going off on a coworker, as well as take a deep breath. Absolutely. So, once you begin to identify that there are so many triggers, there are so many variables that are happening all around us every day, the more, yes, yeah, I got you, Sharon. The more you realize and identify when you're out of balance, it becomes easier and easier. And this is control. I read a quote real quick, and I'm not going to keep you much longer. I read a quote that says, anybody that can make you angry becomes your master. Anybody, and I just sort of kind of turned that around. Anybody that can throw you off balance becomes your master. They have rule over you, because they then begin to manipulate your emotions, your feelings, your day, your time, your energy. So learn how to have that control only over yourself. Okay. Hey, Teddy, I appreciate you. I've been out of balance since my wife transitioned. It's hard to move on. And I get that. There are times when things happen like that, like a loss or a loss of job or whatever you may be going through or dealing with, that it throws you out of sync for a while. But understand, Teddy, that balance can be restored. And nothing on the outside, no matter what you hear, what you see, nothing on the outside can bring that balance back to you. In case you just joining us, I want to read the quote that I read a few minutes ago. And it says, balance is the perfect state of still water. Let that be our model. It remains quiet within and is not disturbed on the surface. So, being in balance is likened unto a lake that is just perfectly still, no ripples, no nothing. And it is still, and it's in that stillness where I've learned that I can tap into source, that I can tap into God, and I can get clear direction. I can get clear instructions, because sometimes the problem is not on the outside. The problem is on the inside. And before anything can be fixed on the outside, it has to be fixed first on the inside. So let still water be your model. Let become perfectly still on the inside and don't be disturbed on the outside. Because again, anything that can anger you or throw you off balance immediately becomes your master. And nobody deserves to be a slave to anybody or anything. Okay. Y'all said honey bun cake. It's a honey bun cake. Yeah. Y'all so distracted. I should never say it because y'all completely distracted over a honey bun cake. So yeah, it's just little things like that. I find recipes and so forth and so on. Same thing that Denise said that she does. You have to clean. You have to keep your mind occupied. When I tell you balance, just the importance of finding it, the importance of having it, and the importance of keeping it is so pivotal in a life that is led by peace or lived by peace. In the Bible, it says that he will give you peace that surpasses all understanding. That's exactly what finding balance does. It gives you peace that surpasses any type of understanding, because many folk around you will wonder, how can you keep calm when the waters and everything is so turbulent around you? That's because you have peace, you have balance. And I think that once we learn how to create and maintain that balance, life becomes a wonderful experience, regardless of what you're going through. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the engagement today. Like and share this, please. Like and share this, because if it touched you in a way that it helped you, it empowered you, it strengthened or inspired you, then guess what? It can do that to somebody else too. So talk to them about balance and creating that balance. Again, I appreciate you guys. Please save the date, December the 2nd, 12 to 6, Guilford College campus. We've got tons of vendors. We got soap makers, candle makers. We got cake decorators, we've got cake makers, we've got books, we've got jewelry, we've got clothing, we've got all kinds of stuff. Going to have some food truck vendors out there parked outside, all kinds of things that's happening on the campus of Guilford College. We have been fortunate enough to partner with the gospel choir there. So we are going to present Holiday Vendor Fair, SFC and the Gospel Choir of Guilford College, on December the 2nd, 12 to 6 on Guilford College campus. You guys have a safe rest of the day. Enjoy this beautiful fall afternoon. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.